I checked into a hotel last night and only one version of me was supposed to leave. It was just after midnight when my bus dropped me on an empty street, and the only place still lit was a narrow hotel with a flickering vacancy sign that I don't remember seeing a second earlier. My phone was dead, I was exhausted, and I didn't have the energy to question it, so I walked in. The lobby felt wrong immediately, not abandoned, not dirty, just quiet in a way that swallowed sound. The receptionist was already looking at me before I reached the desk like she had been waiting. She smiled and said my name. I stopped. I hadn't spoken yet. I asked how she knew who I was, and she calmly turned a large registry book toward me. My name was already written there. Same handwriting I use. Same signature. Time-stamped 10 minutes earlier. I told her that wasn't possible, that I had just arrived, and she gave a small nod like she had heard it many times before. Then she said something that didn't make sense until much later. We only keep one. I felt a chill run through me and asked what that meant, but she didn't answer. She slid a key across the desk instead. I hesitated and tried the front door. It didn't open. No lock, no resistance. It just stayed shut. When I turned back, she was still smiling, but her eyes looked colder now. "You can check out in the morning," she said. I took the key. The elevator had no buttons, just a dim light that turned on by itself. I pressed everywhere anyway, hoping something would respond, but nothing did. When the doors opened, the hallway stretched farther than it should have, repeating doors in a way that made it hard to tell distance. I walked slowly at first, then faster, counting the doors to stay grounded. When I found mine, I stopped completely. It wasn't a number. It was my full date of birth. I checked the other doors. Normal numbers. Only mine was different. I opened it. The room looked normal, but too still, like it had been waiting. I checked everything. The bathroom, the closet, under the bed. Nothing. I locked the door and went straight to the window. It wouldn't open. I went back to the door, unlocked it, and pulled. The hallway was different, shorter, dimmer, the doors closer together. I stepped out, my chest tightening, and walked back toward where the elevator should have been, but the corridor didn't end. I turned around. My room was gone, just more doors. None of them had my date. I started knocking, louder each time, calling out, asking if anyone was there. No answers. The sound didn't carry. Then I heard a soft click behind me. I turned, my door was back. Same place. Same date. I didn't hesitate. I went inside and locked it again. That's when I noticed the TV. I hadn't turned it on. It was showing the lobby. The angle was wrong, too high, like it was watching from somewhere near the ceiling. The receptionist stood behind the desk, completely still. Then she spoke. "Room is ready." The door behind her opened, and I walked in, exactly how I remembered. Same steps, same hesitation, but then something changed. The version of me on the screen didn't stop at the desk. He kept walking, straight past the receptionist, toward a hallway behind her that I never saw. I felt my heart start pounding. On the screen, she turned and watched him go, her smile widening in a way that didn't look human anymore. Then she looked up directly into the camera. "Not this one," she said. The TV flickered, then showed something else. The same hallway I was in, but empty. Then another version, a door opening, someone stepping out, me again, walking differently, moving faster, like he knew where he was going. I stepped back from the TV, breathing hard, trying to think. If there were multiple versions, then that meant something was choosing between them. I looked at the door, then back at the TV. It showed the lobby again. The version of me who walked past the desk never came back. The screen went to static. I didn't sit still after that. I unlocked the door and stepped into the hallway again, this time forcing myself to move forward no matter what changed. The corridor shifted as I walked, stretching and tightening, but I didn't stop. I reached the elevator. It was there now. The doors opened immediately. Inside, there was finally a button. Ground floor. I pressed it. The doors started to close. Then a hand caught them. I stumbled back. The receptionist stepped inside. Up close, her smile didn't reach her eyes at all. "Wrong room," she said quietly. My throat felt dry. "What happens to the others?" I asked. She looked at me for a long second. "They stay," she said. "The doors closed." The elevator started moving. Too fast, the lights flickered. I could feel the motion in my chest, like we were dropping instead of going down. She didn't move, just watched me. Then she said something that made everything click. "Only one version of you checks out. The rest never leave." The elevator stopped. The doors opened. The lobby, empty, no receptionist, no sound. I stepped out slowly, my legs unsteady, and walked to the desk. The registry book was still there. I didn't want to look. I looked anyway. My name checked in. Then below it, multiple lines. Same name, same handwriting, different times. One of them circled. Checked out. Time stamped 1 minute from now. My chest tightened. I backed away from the desk and ran to the door. This time it opened. Cold air hit my face as I stepped outside, not stopping until I was halfway down the street. Then I turned around. The hotel was gone. Just an empty, boarded-up building. No sign. No lights. Nothing. I stood there, breathing hard, trying to convince myself I made it out, trying to believe I was still me. My phone vibrated in my hand. Battery at 100%. One new video. Recorded just now. My fingers hesitated for a second before I opened it. It showed the lobby, the same angle as the TV. The receptionist was standing behind the desk again. She looked directly into the camera. Then she slowly turned the registry book toward it. My name was there. Only one line. Checked in. No, check out. My stomach dropped. The video kept playing. The lobby door opened, and I walked in. Not earlier. Not a recording. Now, same clothes, same face, same hesitation. I stepped up to the desk, looked down at the book, then at her, and she smiled. "We only keep one," she said again. The version of me in the video nodded slightly, like he understood something I didn't. The video ended. I was still standing outside, still holding my phone, still breathing. But now I couldn't tell which one of us actually left. More real stories on my channel.